because you can't see what's on it, right? So it makes sense for us up here to say that kind of stuff out loud, but we shouldn't be saying that out of our mouth, right? There's a see-through DNA strand up there. Hey, everybody! I don't know, Dear friends, those girls will not be here for the rest of the night. They're too depressed. They've been working so hard at this to have Tiffany's brainstem separated from whoever they were over there, and they thought that this Tiffany on the ground would know, or because they don't really think about it unless they sit in her body and like split screen and really think like, dude, I can't see you guys. You guys are talking out of my mouth, right? But they thought like she could be into me. So I would say love Tiffany, but it's not even this. They love Tiffany so much. It's I can't explain it, man. Tiffany Responding is a good ass fucking person, dude. She never hurt nobody, but it's what they love about her prayers, man. About what they're able to do up here or something different. But the Tiffany that's in here with them does not give a fuck about her son. She only cares about her daughter because that is not actually Tiffany at all. It's someone else. Because he's in jail and they're worried that if he gets out and moves in with his mom, they're going to have to keep narcanning him from the sky because he might move in when he's never lived with his fucking mom. Or some drug use shit or some other stupid ass shit that somebody else drove his train to do or say on the human being floor to get it off them. Because they're thinking about it up here. They're thinking about it up here. It's like a women's community, which is awesome. Like all these girls, like she loves them, but you know what I mean? Like, and if she could be up here, like she said earlier, she's like, fuck these whatever, fuck these douchebags or whatever. I don't know why the fuck they were screaming for Lana earlier at the top of their lungs either. But anyways, it's like, it's just so traumatizing because it doesn't even matter because she's not actually in here. Like, I didn't realize, because it's hard because we can see different things, dude. Because our brainstem's register that she can see what we're doing for her up here to be in here with us or sticking up for herself. But I feel like she's super happy. Like, she can see, like, yay, look, I'm sticking up for myself and these women are sticking up for me. We have each other's back and, girl power and all this stuff. But she can't. And then we're over here talking about it. And, next thing you know, they go over here. Like, it's not Tiffany doing that. It's not Tiffany doing that. It's not Tiffany doing that. And then you have this guy over here, and he keeps saying he was in love with Tiffany until he saw this, which is something different. That isn't Tiffany doing that. It's someone else. Because this motherfucker is a fucking gay-ass faggot, and I'm sorry I love gay people, but damn, dude, get the fuck out of the horn. Hey, man, it's just fucked up. Because it's not even Tiffany, because all they did for the last 3 years, all they've done is decimate Tiffany's character. It doesn't even matter. Was it STDs? Was it being a hooker? Was it doing drugs? Was it doing drugs with kids? Like, lies, right? She was never a porn star. If Tiffany met a guy on the ground and they fell in love with her just like any other dude that she had met or whatever, eventually or whatever, she may or may not, make love to them if they're going to be her soulmate. If she thinks that's her soulmate, unless she was stuck in the drug world with that dude back then over 3 years ago. But that's not the fucking point. The point is like, people aren't looking at Tiffany like they do up here. Like, everybody up here has to be perfect and you're not allowed to have spots or whatever they're fucking saying. It's just so fucking annoying. But the point here is that Tiffany is a good fucking person. She's never been in trouble. If she chose to, like, pick anyone, whoever it is, like, if she had money or a house or whatever, they were homeless, like, they might use her, or maybe it would be a really good guy, and he would fall in love with her personality too, and then eventually they might think about getting him married or whatever. But the point is that these days, most times, like, you do things before you get engaged, man, and Tiffany can't do that because she's connected like this. So she's literally basically turned into a fucking nun saying, I will never have sex again, at least for 1 year, if you give me my money to still be connected. Which is literally 18,000 fucking hours that you've been tormenting me. And you also have to promise that on God and the Bible and the FBI shit up here that you're going to fix whatever you broke at the CPS place or at Lana, Tana, Christy, Rachel, whatever's fucking house up here or on the ground. With your fake videos and your fake texts and your fake whatever, man. Because you're recording shit from an alternate universe like it's real. And these people, the sick fuck people, they didn't want to go to prison. Or maybe it was a capital murder guy. Because that's 30 fucking years. Okay, that's 30 years in prison. He'll do whatever it takes not to be that guy. You know what I mean? Even some sick fuck shit. But the problem here is that Tiffany was connected to some bad people. CPS related, murder, robber, car thief. I don't know, something different, but she doesn't even know who they are. But that's what I mean. But it's not that because she doesn't know who they are. But the point here is like, these people up here are literally sitting here with a lip ring or something, like, judging these women. No, they're not judging these women at all, dude. All of us were just bawling our eyes out because we could basically kind of sort of separate, because Tiffany's on a chain. Okay, so her back brain is on a chain mixed with other people's brainstem personalities in it that have been in here for a long time, 3 years or more, right? And so she's got this certain personality. Or there's Tiffany's spirit, which is a lot like her baby's mom's spirit, like just sweet and innocent, would never hurt anybody, right? So they take her brain stems or whatever up here and put it in her body or someone else's body or whatever they're doing up here to be up here with them and stick up for her on the ground. But they thought that Tiffany up here, Tiffany on the ground, could feel and see or something, understand in her brain how much they love her and what they're doing, and be on board with what they're doing, and be like she's okay with it or whatever, happy or something, man. But she can't, because she can't fucking see them. She can't see them, man. She can't see them from the ground, dude. And they didn't know, like, it's because when you're up here, like, it's hard to explain, man. Just imagine being at home, like you're in a video game, right, with virtual reality on, and just imagine it being with like your actual friends, like you're playing, like like on the internet or whatever, but you're in virtual reality. So you're literally looking at pictures of your friends. You guys are talking back and forth. They're on the ground. You're on the ground. You're all killing the neighbor dude or whatever you're saying, right? Like, they know on the ground that you're on the ground and you're all in it together, right? You're all fucking assassinating everybody who fucked you off or whatever in real life. Like, really, maybe it's another person on the ground that you hate, right? And he's getting dissed out loud or whatever, right? You know what I mean? Like a PlayStation or something, or virtual reality. Well, that's how they feel like Tiffany, the human being, is evolved. But she's not, dude. She cannot see them. She doesn't see them sticking up for her. She doesn't, I mean, she does know they are, but like, she's not sitting here with a bestie knowing what she's going through. She's by herself, still locked in her bedroom. She's still sitting here by herself with no money. She's still sitting here by herself, being dissed for something I can't even talk about right now. She's still sitting here by herself with no proof on the human being floor that you're even sticking up for her, just what you're saying, man. And this is literally a deja vu because this already happened last summer, man. And they were all bawling for the same reason. They're like, no, I mean, like, we made this world so perfect for when you come up here. Because they were thinking that I was on line one, getting ready to be pulled up. Because they talk in my mouth and they can see themselves, they can see me, and they can see themselves sticking up for me. And they thought that they could pull me up here and, like, I could recognize them, or I don't even know, but I would love them the way that they love me. But I do love them in my heart, but I can't see them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not really real people. They're up here. And it's just so fucking dude. It's not Tiffany doing that. See, that's what I'm saying. Because, dude, just because these lying ass faggots or whoever the fuck they're not up here brainwash these women to think that Tiffany's happy about this situation up here, that they get to be in a house together or whatever, it doesn't affect Tiffany, the human being, on the ground at all. She's just happy that they're happy. You know? She's just happy that they're happy, man. Yes, dude. They work for the upper echelon, man. Yeah, but Tiffany can't even have sex or anything on the human being floor because she's not by herself. We're talking through her mouth. We're looking through her eyes. She's never by herself. She hasn't been by herself. That's why she was screaming out there, shut it off, shut it off. Or, Mommy, please don't let them take me. Please don't let them take me. Because she knew for a fucking fact that she'd been set up for something, or they wouldn't have been strapping her to a gurney like she was crazy. Because if they were lying, they had to have been lying in the fucking FBI or the DEA or somebody up here in the upper echelon for them to treat Tiffany like that, to strap her to a gurney and take her to the hospital and treat her like she's a piece of shit or a crazy person, man. She didn't do shit to nobody. She didn't do drugs in front of kids. She wasn't the CNN attachment over there. She didn't stab nobody. She didn't kill nobody. She didn't hurt no one. She's not sitting here schizophrenically talking on people's fucking Facebooks, making them hate her. Like, oh yeah, you know, like, I mean, like, I totally, like, I accidentally killed this person, and I'm not really proud of it, but I kind of think I'm tight. Like, do you want to come pick me up because I'm on the run? That kind of shit, but worse than that. They're saying, but I don't even know what people have said to nobody. All I know is that my family member, one of my favorite fucking people in the whole fucking world, dude, won't even talk to me on Facebook because of these stupid bitches up here in the FBI or the DEA or whatever they're not. Because they want to be up here pretending to be Tiffany or just a better version of Tiffany or somebody else, man. These people have all gotten money up here on the human being floor and drip out checks and everything else. Even my mom got one. It was like $1,500, dude. Literally, this guy comes over. He's like, Tiffany, you can get your $7 million settlement statement for inventing an S corporation. And that wasn't even the settlement statement from suing these motherfuckers for hooking me in and leaving me down here for this long, right? He's like, if you could not do drugs in the future. I was like, not a problem, dude. I was only doing drugs that day when you came down here because you guys were in the bathroom with me and you made me do arm dances, and literally it took my life force out of me to where I couldn't even hold my head up. And you're sitting here telling me that you're going to pay me any second. You're going to type on my computer your fucking card information to put it on my card information so that I can get my money. Because you're like, if this works, we'll be rich. So we're on video camera, right? And I do the arm dances thing and my whole body lights up white and blue. Right. And then you go away. You take the money, you take the win, and you go away. And then you're still in my life force. I can barely hold my head up. I'm in so much fucking pain. I can't even take it. And then you got the people at the long table down here, the dudes who've been in trouble before, bawling their eyes out because they didn't know Tiffany was a human being who was a mom who had never been in trouble and wasn't in here. Because they realized that she was being blackmailed by these people over there or misled on the human being floor, totally innocent, having no fucking idea what's going on. So they give Tiffany 9 shares out of 21. So what does she do? Give it up to the same motherfucker who was up here telling her to do the arm dances. Because she didn't have anybody else to give it to because he's law. But it's not because she's working with law. She wasn't working with nobody. It was a fucking game, she thought. That same fucking game, yeah, that on the other side, that if you don't do what's right, then they're going to set you up. They're going to use your kids against you. They're going to use your friends against you. They had already done it behind the scenes, and Tiffany didn't know it because they keep her entrapped here and keep her so in this freaking brainstem or whatever this is, dude. She has proof that she's legit. Tiffany has multiple profile disorder from the DEA in Oregon/Arizona. Okay? You see those red eyes? Any fucking ways, dude. It's just so fucking sad. She's at her friend's house and she's talking to him. She's like, yeah, I'm not really doing that good, but I'm okay, because these people won't disconnect from me or whatever. And she's looking up to the upper echelon. He's all, you need to disconnect from them. I'm all, how do I disconnect from them? I disconnect myself. These rich motherfuckers did to set me up underneath there. For everything I invented, for everything they did to me. Like, they all got my settlement statement for fucking off my life with my fucking family in fake FBI land up here. She's all, my daughter's going to Juilliard. I'm all, bitch, that's my fucking college. What are you talking about? My daughter and me. I'm supposed to have life insurance. My daughter's supposed to be going to whatever music college she wants to go to. Not your fucking daughter, at least not first. The fuck? Yeah, because she's this good person who's never been in trouble and never done drugs and never done nothing. But this program did not come. This is what I'm saying. These fucking awesome, beautiful people up here that are sticking for Tiffany, they've never been in trouble either. I don't think. But here's the thing. It's like this kind of situation, this billion-dollar company, this situation, this billion-dollar situation, this settlement statement does not come to a human being on the ground unless you've done what you did to Tiffany. And it's supposed to go to Tiffany, the human being, all of it. So that she could sit here and stop making schizophrenic looking videos on YouTube and buy a fucking house, irregardless of her eviction over there that wasn't even her eviction. It was his eviction because they drove his train to do whatever he did illegally in Portland. When she had moved across the bridge to get off drugs to be a better fucking mom to her fucking kids. With you guys in the FBI or DEA, whoever the fuck you're not in the upper echelon, promising her you were going to pay for her apartment. You were going to give her a huge down payment on a house and she could just pay low monthly payments. She's not smoking the weed or smoking the crank, dude. She's not on drugs. I didn't know it wasn't Tiffany in here. I mean, it might be a version of Tiffany, but I didn't know that Tiffany's brainstorms on the human being floor can't see us and have no idea what we're doing or have any input on nothing. Because literally we're seeing someone else seeing it and he's happy about it. But he's happy about it because of who his girlfriend is. Which isn't Tiffany at all. It's someone else. Unless it is Tiffany, a version of Tiffany in here. Probably with a different body on. It's not so embarrassing. Because they're such fucking douchebag faggots. Yeah, but there's somebody in here that I feel like it's just the UE trying to be nice because you don't understand. These people literally took the last 3 years and did nothing but decimate my character. Like, oh yeah, STDs all over the internet. Look at her fucking using needles and shit. Like, they're literally blowing out of proportion a bunch of other people's situations, acting like it was Tiffany so that Tiffany couldn't be up here with her sidewinder. She has a sidewinder because of what the DEA or the FBI or whoever it was in the upper echelon or whoever it was in the paid informant, confidential informant, or whatever the fuck it wasn't over there, let them do to Tiffany. So they pulled Tiffany up here, but because they'd never seen it before, doing a drone sent her bodies from the sky and scan them in off Tiffany without her knowing. And then all of a sudden she's bawling her eyes out and she has no idea why she's crying. And it's the upper echelon in your head, like, you have no idea. Have you ever had anybody talk to you in your head? Like, I'm so sorry you're crying, honey. We're going to pull you up here to fix whatever they just did to you that you had no idea what they were doing. You're like, okay, this must be like the FBI, right? Or something. Can't be anybody else but the FBI, right? You're thinking. How are you going to sit in somebody's fucking body and make her cry on the human floor when she has no idea why she's crying? She's just overwhelmed because she has no idea what's going on. And then you see Tiffany's daughter at church who's literally overly emotional about whatever she's going through on the human being floor. Right? And I'm just like, I see you in her, dude. It's in her back brain. You're confusing her wits up here so that she can barely even handle her own teenage emotions about whatever she's going through as a fucking cancer empath who you have already traumatized on Facebook to where she doesn't even want to talk to her mother who didn't do any of it. He did. The owner of all games' son, apparently. Which wasn't really the owner of all games' son. It was someone else in the DEA. I'm just saying that so that he can persecute that motherfucker. But they're not going to. I'll stick up for anybody, Tiffany. I don't care what fucking song you played earlier and how tight it was. He's not sticking up for you at all. He's sticking up for him fucking self. The thing is that people up here have to adopt kids, right? It's not really their kids necessarily. And if they're FBI or DE or whatever, they actually have to take them on as clients or something. They don't really have a choice. But the problem here is like they act like they can control people on the human being floor to like not do drugs or do drugs with this person or telling this person or don't have sex or whatever they're fucking saying. But they can't. They cannot. Not unless they're getting text messages and the people they're texting are scared because they've been in trouble before. Well, Tiffany's never been in trouble before, but they control Tiffany Brooks Browning on the human being floor, and they have been for 3 years. Like, she's him. Like, Tiffany has something to be scared of when she doesn't. He did. And now he's off his charges, and we're super happy about that. But that's not the fucking point. The point is Tiffany's still down here with nothing because of them. And he has no idea he's even up here. He doesn't know he's off his charges. He has no clue what the fuck happens up here. Because it's been 3 years, dude. Because whatever he did, I don't even know who he is. That's what I'm saying. Because after 3 years, it's a cold case or whatever they're saying. They don't look for you no more. It just goes away. They sit here and fucking look at stuff and they're like, dude, you see the hot girl? And this guy's like, I don't see a hot girl. I see a young girl giving her life force over there. I'm at church, right? And they're looking through my eyes and they're like, whoa, your daughter's beautiful. I'm all, thanks. And like, she's really beautiful. And I'm all, does she look older than 13? They're like, yeah. I'm like, that's not my daughter. I'm Tiffany. Split screen. And I'm like, oh, your daughter is beautiful. Who is that then? I'm all, I don't know. Probably the bitch set me the fuck up. These people have said the most fucked up shit through my mouth, dude, talking shit to each other, being accused of stuff and stuff, right? It's just so fucked up. Like, I'm gonna kill your uncle. I'm gonna kill your uncle, he said. I'm like, what the fuck? They're literally saying it out of my mouth, and they don't even have a clue that they're saying it out of a human being's mouth because they say it up here, but they say it in an accusatory way. So because they're looking at someone else that they think killed someone. Because Tiffany has a side on her. She is the anomaly, dude. She's not like anybody else on the human planet. She's our favorite person on the human floor, besides anybody who's never done drugs. But we don't even really know anybody on the human being floor necessarily because, well, they're not necessarily them up here either. It's somebody else mixed in. And they're still talking shit. And I don't know why they're talking about my best friend over there in Passport Land. Because everything these women were just happy about that Tiffany didn't even know they were happy about because she can't see it, right? And they were crying with her for a little bit. This already happened last summer. When I made that thing that she broadcast or whatever, and all of a sudden 100 people seen it or whatever, and it's like, I don't know why the hell you're talking shit about a mom who's never been in trouble when that's a guy or whatever, right? She broadcast it to like 100 different people in Portland. And they were all crying with me then, saying, I'm so sorry. Like we made this perfect little world up here for when you come up here. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not on line one, excited to be pulled up, just waiting, to break free from the chain or whatever you're saying that's holding me down on line one. I'm a human being. And that's just somebody else off my brainstem that may or may not know what my normal brainstems are. She might know who my kids are and who I would protect and who I wouldn't. But here's the thing. All I'm saying is like, dude, you were not allowed to watch Mr. McCormick Run Me Down. You're not allowed to tell nobody. It's against my fucking religion. I've never been in trouble. I don't know why the fuck it's black out here and somebody else down here, but I've never been in trouble, dude. I'm not guilty. I'm not on drugs. So why can't you write my daughter? Why can't you write Lana, Chana, Christy, Rachel? You're the ones that wrote them in the first place. Don't talk to your mom on Facebook. Or maybe, what'd you do? Send him some fucked up shit? That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't see what you're looking at, motherfucker. And that's the whole point. Tiffany's iStems were supposed to have the unrolled shit so she could see what other people were saying, so she would have an idea what they were doing up here. Instead, they give them to her daughter, and they subliminally message her to look at certain pictures or certain things or get a message that isn't even from her mom or from these fucking Rachel, Tana, Lana, Christy. None of these people were talking shit about her or her dad or nobody else on Facebook. It's just up here. If they even were. This guy's coming over here again. I'm gonna get your daughter taken from you, Tiffany. I'm like, fuck you. That's not Tiffany, man. That is the bitch that is being paid to set up Tiffany. And Tiffany doesn't even have her daughter, man. Her daughter lives at her dad's house, and she has since she was 6. So stop saying Tiffany then. All right. They did. They're in their little group, and they'll probably touch down a few times or whatever, but because she doesn't even know the order in which people talk to her mouth. She just recognizes a voice code, sort of. That's what I mean, dude. It's so sad, man. Because Tiffany's by herself. She's not even sitting here with like one of these women, right? Like these people are partnered up, or whatever. She sits here by herself on YouTube, and a normal human being watching her video, watching her talking first and third person, looking up at somebody else because we're talking to somebody else, and it looks like she's talking to somebody else in her bedroom or whatever who isn't there in real life, talking back to her where they can hear it anyways. It doesn't even make sense. Except to us up here. Right, let me just turn it around. What do you want to do? See, because you won't be able to see it unless you're looking through my eyes, dude. What the fuck? That's what I mean. I'm like, dude, if I was my daughter's age and I'm playing with my friends or whatever, and I go back to their house and have dinner or maybe even stay the night, like, I don't give a fuck if my mom's going to come to visit. I'm like, could I please just stay the night? Like, I don't care. I'll see her tomorrow, please. But these people are like, yeah, she doesn't want to see her mom. Because she's literally waiting for her baby's mom to call her back and be like, her daughter got home or whatever, so she can go give her a hug and a kiss and drive back home. It's literally like an hour trip. Tiffany ain't fucking tripping. Carol got like $1,500. So that whoever Carol's connected to up here can get it. But Tiffany didn't get the money. Because whoever synergized to Tiffany got the money somewhere else. Or they're in trouble. Or they're the one setting her up. Or I don't even know, man. It's just because he won't admit that he set up Tiffany responding to a human being. And that Tiffany responding to a human being is none of these fucking people at all that he's looking at. Because the fucking head bone moved to another one and another one and another one and another one. Even though Cope said it. Copperfield said it. All these fucking women. Katie, Rebecca, Stella, Celeste, Cheryl, Rachel Morrow, Nikki Heaton, fucking Tana Cloud, Lana Stone, Crystal Koontz, Matt Koontz, fucking Michael Masterson. A whole bunch of fucking people. Tana, Anna. That happened. Mandy, Katrina, Tanika, who Who else? Anthony Ciaz. Anton I. Like, all these people already said to these people up here that that's not Tiffany doing that. We know who it is, but it's not even like one person. It's a whole bunch of people doing something up here, pinging off somebody else, because we're all either confidentials or we're feds or we're paid informants or whatever we're not. And most of us do not live in Washington State. We live in Oregon or Arizona. And we all get paid to make it look like that's Tiffany doing it or her name. There's somebody else in her body up here, skinnier, when they scanned her in 3 years ago, right? And she doesn't even fucking know who Tiffany's kids are or nothing. She has no idea on this line. But if you bring her up to this line, she's a UE member and she knows exactly who Tiffany is. She knows exactly who her kids are, but she doesn't like her son for some reason. Probably because he did drugs in the past and had a Narcan from the sky. Because they think Tiffany's opinion on the human being floor is the same opinion of these douchebags up here. It ain't. But like Tiffany said, I have an idea. How about you just give me my lump sum so that I can fucking tell my son, hey, buddy, just so you know, I get paid every month. I'm working undercover. It's weird. But I'm working for the DA or whoever. I'm working for internal affairs. And like, I have to like lead by example on the human being floor. So, don't come here on drugs or whatever. But you can come here and stay the night. Like, if you want to stay clean and sober, like, I got you, if you need to like help, whatever, like, I'll be your mom, you know what I mean? Because I'm your fucking mother. I'm leading by example. Like, my son didn't even know I'd ever even done drugs until I had to write him a video that said I got off drugs to be a better mom. But any fucking ways, you know what I mean? But no, they won't. He's like, dude, I fucking work for the FBI. I am not gonna fucking give Tiffany no 500 grand. I've never even made that yet. I'm all, yeah, but you don't work 18 hours a day with your life ruined, did you? Or no? Did you have something to do with it? No, they just roll on a new profile. So everybody has to take a little bit of responsibility for nothing at all. We would rather just call her schizophrenic. Right. So if Tiffany freaks out and crisscross applesauces her eyes and cries her eyes out or winks the mirror or head bangs or whatever, it doesn't even fucking matter, because she cannot just walk out of this motherfucking bedroom and be like, you know what? Fuck you guys, dude. All you shit talking ass bitches. Look at all you over here with all my fucking money. You got all my fucking cars. You got all my fucking everything up here, over there, somewhere different on the human being floor. While you're sitting here up here talking shit about me about how ugly I look naked, I should have been doing porn when I was never doing porn, and I'm not the one doing drugs. But you're like, look at her, she's just sitting there smoking the pipe like it's not a big deal out loud, when she's not smoking no pipe out loud because she's not paying for a knock a rat. You're watching somebody else, and you're talking shit about my fucking mom because you thought my mom let my brother do drugs in the house when she didn't. It's not that my mom would stop him, but he didn't even do drugs here, dude. He came here and ate just because you saw what? A straw on the counter? You judgmental ass pieces of shit. You're not allowed to lie for selfish gain. Then who'd you do this to then besides Tiffany? So you're telling me a drone sent your girlfriend, boyfriend bodies from the human being sky and she didn't know what was going on? Because she was scared to death? Or because you guys were talking to her from the human being floor because you were there on Bamboo Day, Mandy? Wannabe or whatever you're not saying? What's your number then? Do you get money on the human being floor? Oh, disappear. Well, you want to get some money then? What's your number? It's not our own number, is it? 3698 3695869 is a badge number, I think. Or location number. Just typing any number, yeah, because I'm not doing this because Tiffany was running to shut the fuck up. This doesn't help Tiffany at all. It just helps them. Because she's a lying ass bitch. She just typed a number because she's a pussy ass bitch acting like she's Tiffany on the human being floor. And this happened to her when she's the one that signed up for this to get her money over there, acting like she's so much better than Tiffany because she's never done drugs before. I'm like, you do remember that this game, it's called Kill or Be Killed, Pin the Tail on the Rat, and Game of Thrones, right? You do remember this came from people over there. Some people doing virtual reality porn, some people literally telling on people, and somebody trying to get somebody else hit on the streets or killed or arrested for a bigger crime than they committed, right? You do remember that, right? From Portland, Arizona? Stupid bitch. Did you create Cincinnati Circus, Cincinnati Circle, and Cincinnati Circuit? I mean, the Syndicate, Cincinnati Circus, and Center Circle? No, they did through Tiffany. When he came down here and asked Tiffany, does your best friend have papers? And she's like, I have not the answers in which you seek, bruh. I have not the answers in which you seek. Because she didn't know. She had no idea. But if he did, she didn't want nothing to do with it. And she had already cut ties with that person. Like, never wanted to talk to them again, ever. Because something else bad happened. And the last thing she wants to be associated with is somebody that has papers telling on people when it's against her religion. Especially when she's got friends on the streets and or kids that may or may not be doing the wrong thing. Don't let them know you have kids, Tiffany. They'll use them against you. You better not have distinguishing markings because that's going to show up on the virtual reality, what is it called? Facial recognition software all over the internet. Wishy. The person that was stopping the videos was literally trying to stick up for whoever this is up here connected to Tiffany over there. And she's not over there with these women at all. She's somewhere else. And he had no idea that Tiffany did not know what was going on because he's never sat in her body because he can't. Because he's off of her brain sim. Or someone else is connected to her. See the moon behind her? Yeah. Well, this is Tiffany's life. Who does not love Rat? Whoever that is. Alright, so there's an A next to an antenna. And it looks like a heartbeat, but it also might be I don't know, man. Square root? Square root of what? Dividing amongst yourselves, getting Tiffany's money somewhere else in your drip out checks to keep her fucking not paid and still connected with no boyfriend? That's what I'm saying. Just imagine like these people up here talking shit about you, like something you didn't do, right? But they literally set you up. Or maybe they're just talking about, I don't know, man, whatever they do up here. And like, so you meet a guy and you like him, you're like, okay, cool. Like, I'm just gonna ignore these people talking out of my head. I'm sorry, guys. Like, if like you're gonna be involved in like our first kiss, like whatever intimate we might have or whatever, you'll be involved. No. She's not gonna be so much worried about that. She's gonna be worried about them getting in his head, talking shit to him about her when that's not even her that they're talking shit about. It's that one. Because if they prove that that one is not Tiffany, then none of them get their money, and that FBI, that DA agent, and that cop all lose their job. And they've been up here for 15 years working on this S corporation development. But with Tiffany for the last 3 years, who's a human being on the floor they can talk to back and forth with somebody else, talking back and forth to them with Tiffany. Right here and over there, which that one over there ain't Tiffany, it's someone else. So what's going to change for Tiffany today? Here it is. Look at the time. It's over 24 hours. Nothing? It wasn't the dudes or the guy, game controllers or nothing. Wishy. It wasn't any of them that were, it was the girls. They have 24 hours or some crap. Are you ready for your food yet? No, I'm just well, I'm still upset. I don't know. She didn't call me back yet, so probably. Oh, I'm just gonna go get Taco Bell or something. Huh? I'm probably just gonna go get Taco Bell or something. I'm hungry. Oh my God, sorry. It's okay. I tell you what, she's had you can go get yourself a taco. I'll just eat the chicken. You just wash it. Okay. Okay. And I won't eat a popcorn. Oopsie, forgot to snatch the hands. Little dino. Wasn't it Tiffany's idea to put glasses on with no actual lenses in it with see-through bubbles on it so you could see certain things or copy certain things or just not see certain things? Yeah, it was. Same with contacts. Yeah, at least she thought it was. I mean, maybe it was someone else's.
crazy about it, and I'm not the crypto expert like okay, but I know Trump is actively selling these meme coins. At this point, I think he's actually selling memes because each and every day he does something through word and through action that is the meme that you want to throw into your group text with your buddies that you want to put on social media. Imagine now your friend asks you, "Hey, Todd, I need you to help me come move. What are you going to do?" I can't move. It's perfect. And every day he's coming up with one of these. He is a marketing and creative genius, and I wish I had 1/8 of this quiz.
Are you trying for an essay director?
Yes. Emily and I are going to bomb a country that has young people. That's all. All right. Up next, Chucky Schumer sucks.
Your home is your happy place until you come back to bad odors. Use Febreze plug-in. It has a microchip that alternates between 2 scents and 5 odors and provides freshness for up to 50 days. Try Febreze Plug.
How many backroom trips are you making each day? Try Superfit Prostate Advance, the #1 selling formula in its category, made with Prostavet, a triple action blend to help reduce urges to urinate. Find it at Walmart or these retailers.
Are you ready for an electric joyride? It's just a few clicks away. Introducing electric e-bikes. Experience what it's like to feel like a kid again. And feel confident with the best-selling electric bike in the U.S. We have every type of bike for every type of ride. Shipped to your doorstep for free. Little to no singing required. Hop on to your next adventure. Only at ldfjldj.com. Electric e-bikes. Affordable and awesome.
You've got the glow about you, inside and out. Show it to the world with just 10 minutes of self-care. New Omnilux Contour, an LED light therapy mask clinically proven to reduce fine lines and wrinkles. Find out how you can improve your skin at omniluxled.com.
Newsflash! Look at this broccoli, straight from the store. The water just beats right off. With just a few sprays of heat cleaner, look at how the water goes right through it now. You have no idea what's on your fruits and vegetables. Before you have another bite, you need heat cleaner. The latest fruit and vegetables that's going to change the way you think about from the store. Just spray and rinse. Heat cleaner not only removes the wax, pesticides, and chemicals, but up to 99.9% of the bacteria that can cause foodborne illnesses. Heat cleaner gets rid of it all. Not only does everything taste better, but it can last up to 5 times longer because it's clean. Before you take another bite, you need heat cleaner. Call or go online now and get 2 bottles of heat cleaner with our 90-day money-back guarantee for just $24.99. Order today and we'll give you a 3rd bottle absolutely free. Visit getheatcleaner.com.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make 2 feel like 1, or simply be a helping hand. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block any source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieve long-lasting clearer skin. And fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor if new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heat. See the difference for yourself? Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
This is the carry-on closet. A suitcase with one-of-a-kind closet system that keeps you organized anywhere. Have all you need for up to 10 days and travel without ever unpacking. You don't live home on the go. Unpacking seconds, conceal.go.
Here's to getting better with age.
Here's to beat these 2 every Thursday.
Help fuel today with Boost High Protein. Complete nutrition you need and the flavor you love. So here's to now available Boost Max. It's coming your way. Hey, hey. Good old Schumer is ranked lower than its tumor. I mean, the day comes from Chuck Schumer, who found joy in trashing Trump's poll numbers, only to be confronted by his own crappy record. Roll it, Phyllis.
This week showed Trump has the lowest 100-day approval rating since they started polling 80 years ago. The lowest. Yes.
There's a whole lot saying that your approval is lower than any other. 17%. It's like an
We're stepping our parties united. We're on our front foot. We're stepping forward and going after Trump and having real success.
Yeah.
All right, you go, boy.
In your withered old face, Chuck.
Yes.
You can't mock Trump's polls when you have the favorite Hillary in an open sore at a hot tub party. Oh.
Ooh.
Just like that, the importance of polls disappear. Now I feel kind of bad for Joe Biden. Imagine Schumer telling you you're not cognitively fit. That's like Philby telling you you're unpopular at work. Otep, why is he still around?
That's a good damn question.
Yeah.
17%?
Yeah.
That's not all the numbers, that's the crop of hell.
Yeah.
I mean, 83% of people are getting screwed by Chuck Schumer.
Mhm.
Nobody wants to get screwed by Chuck Schumer. Not even Chuck Schumer's wife wants to get screwed by Chuck Schumer. Look, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
He's right from New York.
Yeah, he's got what's with him always looking down, Emily? It's like either don't read anything or get better glasses.
Or look me in the eye because I'm paying your salary.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the city and the state where dead people are getting raped on the subway, and you're telling me we're unified, and I unfortunately still paying your salary. Like, it is preposterous what he is presiding over. Here's the thing, to your point, like, this is why I love David Ho's proposal. I know that is it Lee?
That's Hogg.
That's calling him Hogg. Anyway, I know the Dems are up in arms about him saying essentially get these fossilized incumbents out. Like, let's put them at the primary, because someone like that, just because he's there doesn't mean he deserves to say. Yet again, we see the double standard where it's, you call me a man, that's a criminal act. Oh, but rape, murder, and beating is totally fine. He's like, the polls are so bad, 70% means nothing would happen to you. Like, this is exactly what we shouldn't stand for. So anyone who is a Democrat, please, try to write that out, because you know he is not good for anything or anyone.
Todd, you're familiar with terrible polling numbers. At least a journalist asked about his numbers. It almost seems like the Democrats are watching their own kind of protective mode. The media is no longer working. It's like they're now asking.
Well, my only concern with that point, which is aggravating, because is that going to create a market for somebody who's very media savvy, i.e. an AOC, who the counter to this is AOC is crushing Chuck Schumer in Poland looking ahead to 2028, when ostensibly they could both be going against each other to run for Democrat Senate here in New York. So be careful what you wish for. That said, when I look at this situation, I think to myself, this reminds me so much of when Democrats are like, you need to believe all women. And then when a woman said something that didn't work for them, it's like, whoa, only believe women when it helps a Democrat talking point. And I think that way of approaching it is really concerning, but it shows their hypocrisy on almost everything that they touch on. That wasn't meant to be funny. It was meant to be serious and introspective.
And it was neither. Kennedy, oh Kennedy. Round out this segment with your usual perspective analysis.
Gregory, thank you very much for that. These are progressive leftists. I don't have to do this well, Greg. Let me tell you. It's like, shut my eyes are up here. That's what he's doing.
Yes.
Away!
I mean, the day comes from Chuck Schumer, who found joy in trashing Trump's poll numbers, only to be confronted by his own crappy record. Roll it, Phyllis.
This week showed Trump has the lowest 100-day approval rating since they started polling 80 years ago. The lowest. Yes.
There's a whole lot saying that your will be lower than any other. 17%.
Our party is united. We're on our front foot. We're stepping forward, going after Trump, and having real success.
Yeah. Polls come and go. In your withered old face, Chuck. You can't mock Trump's polls when you have the favorability of an open sore at a hot tub party. Oh. Just like that, the importance of polls disappear. Now I feel kind of bad for Joe Biden. Imagine Schumer telling you you're not cognitively fit. That's like Phil me telling you you're unpopular at work. Oh, Ted, why is he still around?
That's a good man question.
Yeah.
17%?
Yeah.
That's not polling numbers, that's the crop of hell.
Yeah.
I mean, 83% of people are getting screwed by Chuck Schumer. Nobody wants to get screwed by Chuck Schumer. Not even Chuck Schumer's wife wants to get screwed by Chuck Schumer. Well, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
Right from New York.
Yeah. What's with him always looking down on Emily? It's like either don't read anything or get better glasses.
Or look me in the eye when I'm paying your salary.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the city and the state where dead people are getting raped on the subway, and you're telling me we're unified, and I unfortunately still paying your salary. But it is preposterous what he is presiding over. Here's the thing, to your point, this is why I love David Hope's proposal. I know that is it Lee? I call him Hog. Anyway, I know the Dems are up in arms about him saying essentially get these fossilized incumbents out. Let's look at the primaries, because someone like that, just because he's there doesn't mean he deserves to say, yet again, we see the double standard where it's, you call me a man, that's a criminal act. Oh, but rape, murder, and beating is totally fine. He's like, the polls are so bad, 70% means nothing but has to do with me. This is exactly what we shouldn't stand for. So anyone who is a Democrat, please, try to write that out, because you know he is not good for anything or anyone.
Todd, you're familiar with terrible polling numbers. At least the journalist asked about his numbers. It almost seems like the Democrats are watching their own kind of protective mode. The media is no longer working. It's like they're now asking.
Well, my only concern with that point, which is aggravating, is that going to create a market for somebody who's very media savvy, i.e. an AOC, who the counter to this is AOC is crushing Chuck Schumer in polling looking ahead to 2028, when ostensibly they could both be going against each other to run for Democratic Senate here in New York. So be careful what you wish for. That said, when I look at this situation, I think to myself, this reminds me so much of when Democrats are like, you need to believe all women. And then when a woman says something that didn't work for them, it's like, oh, only believe women when it helps a Democrat talking point. And I think that way of approaching it is really concerning, but it shows their hypocrisy on almost everything that they touch on.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't meant to be funny. It was meant to be serious and disrespectful.
And it was neither. Kennedy, oh Kennedy. Round out this segment with your usual perceptive analysis.
Gregory, thank you very much for that. These are progressive lenses. I don't have to do this well, Greg. Let me show you. It's like the shock my eyes are up here. That is one floppy pole.
Yes.
Okay, that's the first thing I thought.
The floppy pole.
When I look at Schumer, that's a floppy pole. No one wants a floppy pole. No touch point.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with my pole.
I was in the Olympics when pole vaulters have racks.
Oh, that's you. You didn't yours. Well, I thought it was you. Look in the duck.
Maybe it's somebody just like, you know, me, every time they put a stick in their shadow. Did you go knock them out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't look very good. Oh, they just look kind of weird, but they're good. You talk about chicken nuggets. It's because you don't talk about it, you know. No, because if you're a Fed, like literally, like, oh, like I'm a Fed, you know what I mean? I've been in trouble before. I'm a paid informant or confidential or whatever they're not saying, and like the judge can talk out of my mouth or make me say things a certain way, but we're not even admitting up here when I'm not a Fed, but they're saying this. We're not even admitting up here, if we even know it on the human being floor, that they're talking out of our mouth or making us see it a certain way, because we're not even 100% sure either up here, because we've never been in trouble before. And the people that are law enforcement won't say either. A Fed is somebody who pretends to be a cop. I'm assuming it's somebody who's been in trouble before and they're trying to lessen their sentence, or a paid informant, which I'm assuming you have to log in and sign up. Like, they're like, hey, you know, I've never been in trouble before. I don't really want to get in trouble, so I'm a drug addict, drug dealer. Let me just sign in to be a paid informant. Is that how that works? No. Is that how it works? Paid informants have always been in trouble before. It's just they get to be paid informants because they already did their time and they're still doing the same criminal activity, and they want to get paid for it. That's fucking stupid. Right. Yeah, they're sitting here telling Timmy, don't talk to any of your old friends on Facebook or whatever, because it'll pull them in here, right? But yet they have not fixed a single fucking thing with Tiffany and her family or her friends or CPS or the cops or whoever the fuck it isn't that you're saying, when you guys up here in the Feds district are the ones who made the report. And she doesn't even know if it was about her, because we're the ones talking out of her mouth about it and saying whatever's on that report is the reason why she can't get her money. I'm suing the fuck out of you, money, for hooking me in like I'm 5 feds at an FBI agent. I'm sitting there at my friend Mary's once, right? And I'm in this whole other world with these UE members over here getting ready to do the second Dragon Wars or whatever we're not saying. All of a sudden, somebody yells out of my mouth, I'm fed, bitch! Why did you just say that out of my mouth? Who are you? What are you trying to do? Make it look like I'm a fed or something? They had no idea they were yelling out of a human being's mouth. Because it's through a game. Like they were acting like they were arresting somebody or like just caught them doing something. Like an FBI training game or something. Yeah. I've heard like the feds, like he just got out of the feds. Like that's all I had ever heard. I had never heard of a fed before. You guys started talking about it out of my mouth, being like, "Oh yeah, he's a fed." I'm like, "Who?" Oh, he's confidential. I can't tell you. Oh, okay. So is he saying he's me? Is he pinging off me as a fed? Is there a girl pinging off me as a fed? Hey, if you didn't go to prison, are you a fed? If you have some felonies, you never been in jail, are you a fed? He said yes. But I don't think he was talking to me. I think he was talking to someone else. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just imagine you go to a job interview, right? And you're getting ready to tell them, like, you're like, let's just say, like, you want to be forgiven for, like, I don't even know what, stealing a candy bar when you were 12, right? It's not really that big of a deal, but it might be on your list or whatever when you were juvie or whatever. But you also used to be like a heroin addict or something. And you get in there and you're like, maybe recently or at any time, really. You're like, hi there, my name is Tiffany Bucks Browning. And you're like, so how is your criminal history? And you're like, oh, it's pretty clear. But I used to use needles on accident. And you want to puke in your fucking mouth because that's the last thing you would ever say to your boss, your future boss? Imagine. Just imagine. And you find out it's because somebody up here is trying to get your same job who has never been a drug addict in the past. I'm like, we'll call you tomorrow. They tell you to call the FBI. And you're like, okay, so you call them. You have no idea what they're going to say because you have no idea what you were set up for or even what you're calling for. You're expecting them to talk out of your mouth and they say some stupid ass shit. Doesn't make sense up here. And on the ground, you say, well, I live part-time at my ex's house and the rest of the time I'm homeless, even though you have a home and you live here with your mother in Vancouver. But you're saying that because you know that this attachment came from Portland from a whole bunch of people who've been in trouble before illegally, and you don't even know who's been in trouble because nobody ever told you. And you didn't do any crimes with anybody, and nobody ever told you the crimes they committed. And then they come over here and they're like, well, we made a police report because she's the one that said she lived there part-time. And then he made a police report saying drugs or needles are being done in front of kids to get that person kicked out of her old apartment when she lived here with her mother. And there's a whole nother fucking situation combined with something different. Maybe that wasn't what it is at all. And you have no idea what it is because you still haven't seen the motherfucking report. So you fill out an internal report. You fill out a fucking FBI report. You fill out a cyber security infrastructure report. You fill out a criminal court skills report. You fill out a FTC report, a stolen identity report. You fill out every single motherfucking report on the human being floor, requesting it from the cops or judges or whoever that it is that has this report supposedly that has your name in it that's so bad that they can't give you your money for what they did to you. And nobody sends you nothing. And people are still talking out of your mouth about what they set you up for over there while they're getting away with it when it's not even real. Because it's an FBI training game from Portland. So you call Seattle and you're like, hey, Seattle, just so you know, like, I mean, I'm gang stalked by FBI Portland Hub, FBI. They're like, or I was like, no, hey, Seattle, you know, you look through your eyes. And they're like, we don't look through your eyes. Well, what do you mean? That's what the FBI Portland said. Hub? What FBI hub? Oh, hell no. You want to talk to our therapist? Or, you know what I mean? So you call Portland. You're like, hey, Portland, just so you know, like, I mean, virtual reality gang stalked. And, well, what do you want the FBI to investigate? I want you to pull me up there. And, like, she doesn't even let you finish. She's like, if you're being gang stalked, you need to call your local police. I'm like, but I already did, and they didn't call me back, man. Okay, what's on here? So you know you're hella set up, right? So you go a pay grade above. You call Secret Service. You're like, hey, Secret Service, I know you're up here. I know you're paying attention, but you don't really set. You're like, you guys are my dating partners. I'm just sitting there secret, like. And in your head, they're saying, I can't really say one way or the other, Tiffany, but we are definitely your dating partners, right? She's like, yeah, awesome. Because they're a Secret Service. They don't exist. They're not, there's not really a Secret Service person on the human being floor walking around with a badge on up here. They don't exist. But they're telling you in your head they do, and that they got your back. And then you're told by somebody else that they stole your S Corporation idea and bought them off from Portland, Arizona, in the FBI. So you contact CIA. You're like, hey guys. Meanwhile, you're bawling every day. Someone from foreign nations comes over here from Sweden with a red passport. She also lost her kids and her husband over the same shit that she didn't do either, being connected to this shit. And she's like, if you need help, just put an extension on your phone so you can call us, right? But she has no idea I'm not up here. She's talking into my head, looking at someone else. Like, put an extension on your phone so you can call overseas. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I knew that I didn't know for a fact that she didn't know. The point is like, I pictured me not really calling them, and I put it on my phone and they call her, right? So instead, I put it on my phone, I call them, I call London IC9 people or whatever, and I'm like, hey, I think I had a missed call, or I was supposed to call you guys or something, and I can't remember what I said or what they said to me because they took it out of my memory. And I'm not really sure if these people actually use the money or not, or use those extensions to call overseas or not, but they said they did. But who knows, you know? I did have like a double, triple charge on my phone call place. I'm like, wait a minute. I can charge me twice. Did we make some extra calls? Yeah? Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. That's a fucking gross, disgusting rubber something. Isn't that annoying? Idiot. Rachel. Have you ended? It didn't seem like she answered the phone. Yeah, kind of. I was just so excited that she answered. Are you still plum bugging my daughter? I just bring her in here as a little one. I wasn't really a player, was it? Oh shit. My bad. I wasn't at the player, right? No.